So the DaNSe plugin is a really amazing plugin, and one of the things that's been exciting about it is that people have used it in multiple ways. And I know when I saw Steely Dan at the Beacon Theater, you showed me what a difference it made on the guitar amps. I mean, It was crazy buzz, and you were able to completely remove the buzz without affecting the tone of the guitars at all.
Correct, and leave it alone and not have to think about it again until the next night. It does its thing, it's in the background, and it's working. Unlike a gate, which could really bite you if the person plays differently in different songs and the gate's no longer adjusted correctly. You'd be chasing it the entire time. With DaNSe, I don't have to do that. The other thing it helps me on is background vocals for leakage. I can really get leakage under control. What I used to do, and I still do it, is I'll go in certain stage houses and I'll find an offensive frequency that is there in all my inputs, and I will surgically remove that as much as I can without affecting the actual input channel. And what DaNSe does is it takes that to another level because it's only reacting to exactly what it needs to, or it's only removing exactly what I want to. It can be done to very tastefully, when everybody stops and there's one person talking on stage or a single violin playing, all my other inputs just kind of back off a little bit, and they don't add that stage house sound or whatever the tonal signature of that room is not being introduced to that solo or that vocal mic, because I've got it under control. I've brought it back down. So on background vocals and things like that, I'll use it, or anything I don't want drum leakage in, I'll use it from, say, 100 hertz or a little lower to 300 hertz, very, very lightly. But cumulatively across all your inputs, though, if you've got 2 or 3 dB of reduction going on, that is a massive change in a large PA.
Across the
Absolutely.
mix. Yeah.
So you don't have to be aggressive, on each channel. You're just looking for a very, very subtle change. If you get aggressive, it starts to affect your mix possibly. But wonderful, wonderful plugin.
That's great. And use it on strings too.
Use it on strings as well. Paul Simon, we would go downstage. We had Y Music, which would go downstage, and that was there was a violin, cello, viola, bass clarinet, and a flautist downstage, and trumpet. And all of them had DaNSe on it to a certain degree. Very, very light. It does not affect the musicality. It does not affect anything. If you use it properly, it sounds amazing. It just takes, I'm only looking for a little bit of that air, just the room sound to go away, and it does that perfectly.
That's great.
There's really nothing else that works like that. You cannot use a gate to do the same thing. You can't do it with EQ because you'll wreck that ensemble. So that's how we got away with it in an arena, having them all go downstage and still have it remain in context with if you just came out of a loud raucous number and now we're going downstage, I want the audience to lean in, but I don't want them to lean in so much that it's another style of performance going on. So the cello needs to be out and loud, and Paul's vocal is at the same level as when he was singing Call Me Al. So it's like I have to bring those instruments up to that. So otherwise it's a little weird. So.
And do you end up with a setting that can work night to night, or do you have to relearn every day? Or
I found in the arena stuff that the settings would work from night to night for a lot of things. I would revisit them, but on a theater tour, I did it daily. And the only time I wouldn't touch something daily is if I, for some reason, ran out of time. And I'm using everything so lightly that there's very little risk of it biting me.
Right.
It just you might have wanted to make it a little better, fine tune something, but it's debatable. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.